Abhijit, you've had Dr. Manmohan Singh, you've had Narasimha Rao. They're highly educated people.
They're highly educated people. But remember, there was already an ecosystem in place.
They were considered
for giving you validation. And it's not just semi-literate people who require validation. Everybody requires validation. I'm unique. I only seek validation from my dogs and my cats. I don't seek human validation. That's
But left wing, they validate each other. Even if they don't agree with each other, they validate, right?
Exactly.
Like, I mean, when we talk about authors in the left wing, you can, if you have Arundhati Roy, extreme left, Gandhian with guns and all that, and Pratap Bhanu Mehta, who wasn't considered left, he was considered right at one point of time, shifted and made, because, at some point of time, there were these right-wing authors, columnists, writers, journalists who, disliked Modi, so they become left-wing.
Right.
They jumped ship. And Pratap Bhanu Mehta, I'm sorry, but I feel that that's what happened with him.
So you hit the nail on the head. There is no left wing and right wing in India. There is the gravy train wing and there is the Anath wing.
Okay, explain this now.
Okay, what you call the left wing in India is actually highly privileged pricks who all come from very privileged families who essentially create I'm sorry to use this word, but a circle jerk of each other, providing validation. Oh, this is the new upcoming scholar of India. He or she is the ultimate last word on this. It is the gravy train wing. They've been brought up on state largesse. They've been brought up, which every king historically has done. The Choras did it, the Pandyas did it, the Pallavas did it, the Mughals did it, that you get poets and things like that to write Hoshanas about you. You get authors to write what a great king. Prithviraja Raso, after all, was composed by somebody for someone. The Shahnameh was composed for someone by giving money to the author, right? So
everything, even Shakespeare was like that.
Everything.
Yes, yeah.
This government does not provide a gravy train.
You're supposed to do everything in Desh Hit.
Rashtrhit. So this is that Swayam Sevak mentality, right?
So the right wing doesn't provide the gravy for the gravy train. So there's no narrative. That's what you're saying.
Correct.
Okay.
If you are not going to give state largesse, if you're not going to give institutional validation, and the problem is the people who are in position to give institutional validation desperately seek validation from the left. Right? They will go to every left event when invited, just to score, they essentially fit into the left's need for a token right-winger to show, we're representative. It was like that show, that...
But one second, Abhijit. Even though the left wing will invite that one token right-winger, God help that one left-winger who gets invited to a right-wing event.
Yeah.
They are booed, they are shamed, they are called names. Because the right-wing won't accept a slight soft right-wing also. You have to be ultra right-wing to get accepted. If you are slightly, like even if you're seen in the company of a centrist, not acceptable.
Yeah.
So why is that, intolerance in the right wing? I'm sorry to use this word because the right wing hates that word being used, but it is.
But it is. Of course it is. Look, the right wing, you have to understand, what is the right wing in India? Most of them are socially upwardly mobile yuppies. They're first generation rich. They haven't had a terribly great education. There are, of course, notable exceptions to the rule. But overwhelmingly, they are socially upwardly mobile. And this is where Huntington makes a very, very interesting case in The Clash of Civilizations on how emerging cultures emphasize their roots, nationalism and things like that. So this is a group that is not willing to tolerate, and it's so bad they don't even read. I mean, how are you going to oppose an idea if you're not willing to read the books of the other side?